Hello, people of the internet. Welcome to the Sovereign Podcast of Pat. I'm your Supremo Generalissimo Patrick speaking today. Welcome to the Sovereign Republic. I've got two gentlemen by my sides here to help with broadcasting.
Hi there, folks. You may be wondering who the man with the handsome voice is. Well, that's me, the Earl of Ammonesia.
Amanistan.
Right,
Amanistan.
that too.
Yes.
And
Oh, yeah, we've got Governor Dantain beside us. He's going to remain silent for the remainder of the podcast because he's really boring and insecure.
he's exercising his Fifth Amendment rights
Wait.
to remain silent.
Right, but this isn't a criminal case, so go away. Speaking of criminal cases, let's talk about what we're going to be talking about today, and that is Francis E. Deck. You probably don't know who Francis E. Deck is, so, of course, let me explain who this person is to you.
Is he your father, your brother, perhaps your uncle?
He's actually all three.
Whoa.
He's also the communist gangster computer god, did I mention?
Does he have a show on Cartoon Network?
What?
Uncle
No.
Grandpa, Francis E. Deck.
Please go. Alright, so essentially who Francis E. Deck is, we're going to be talking about him today just because, I don't know, fun stuff. Might attract viewers, I'm not sure. But essentially who he is he was a lawyer back in the 1960s. We don't know how he got his degree in law. He was in the police academy for some time. He had a lot of tours in the military through, like, I think the Vietnam War, the Korean War, or something. And
I wouldn't want to go there for vacation, right, boys?
You're not funny. But anyway, here's what makes this particular individual interesting. Essentially, he quits his job as a lawyer because he's losing too many cases because he keeps committing public slander and doing awful, insane, crazy things.
Then he lost his eyeglasses, which made it even harder to find those cases.
Oh, jeegies! I appear to have lost my eyeglasses.
Must have been the gangster communists.
Alright, so, he had a, apparent worsening of paranoid schizophrenia. Oh, that's not good.
My favorite flavor.
That's my favorite flavor of schizophrenia, paranoid. Essentially, what happened was, this man, Francis E. Deck,
Tell us what he believed.
he's got some very complicated beliefs. Essentially, he became an immense kooktard conspiracy theorist, who, I mean, he just rants about the strangest of things, and that's what I find really fascinating about him. He just rants on and on about the gangster communist computer god and how he's going to control us with his master race Frankenstein radio controls and his gangster computer god worldwide secret containment policy or whatever.
Eyesight television.
He's got several rants. I'm just gonna... I'll read off one of them to you. Just to give you an idea of what he's even talking about. This is some hilariously awful shiznizzles. He's got some really absurd titles to a lot of these rants, such as, The Evil Metric System Conspiracy,
Ooh.
The Top Secret Dual Food Standard, Long Island Lunacy. That sounds like a Weird Tales, Pulp Fiction-y sort of title, Long Island Lunacy.
B horror flick.
Worldwide Open Secrets. It's not a secret if it's open. To all judges. Letter to judges.
Shocking.
All of them. What a surprise. The True History of Nazi Germany. Get it? Because he he blatantly placed Jew in Germany.
Francis E. Deck was a lot of things, but a punster was one of them.
We'll just agree to disagree on that one. He was pretty awful at puns. So there's a website full of every single rant Francis E. Deck has pretty much ever done.
Have you got one picked out, or should we vote?
I've got one picked out already, titled "The Gangster Computer God Worldwide Secret Containment Policy." And I want to make a warning to our viewers here. Francis E. Deck was a massive. He was just a racist, anti-Semite, misogynistic, sexist. Anti-theist, pro-theist, pretty much anything that could be considered offensive. He was homophobic. So if you're easily offended by these things, I would suggest leaving.
You could say he wasn't playing with a full Francis E. Deck.
Okay. I'm just gonna. It's gonna take a while to recover from that one. I need to talk to my therapist. All right, so I would insert some audio clips, but I am very inexperienced with audio stuff, so we're just gonna present this to you manually with my voice. All right. So, here we have it. Gangster Computer God, Worldwide Secret Containment Policy by Francis E. Deck.
Esquire.
Esquire. Don't forget the Esquire. Gangster Computer God Worldwide Secret Containment Policy made possible solely by Worldwide Computer God Frankenstein controls, especially lifelong constant threshold brainwash radio. Quiet and motionless. I can slightly hear it. Repeatedly, this had saved my life on the streets. 4 billion worldwide population, all living, have the Computer God containment policy. Brain Bank Brain, a real brain, in the Brain Bank cities on the far side of the moon we never see. I can't. Primarily based on your lifelong Frankenstein radio controls, especially your eyesight, TV, sight, and sound recorded by your brain, your moon brain of the Computer God activates your Frankenstein threshold, brainwash radio, lifelong inculcating conformist propaganda, even frightening you and mixing you up with the usual, don't worry about it, for your setbacks, mistakes, even when you receive deadly injuries. Even when you receive deadly injuries. This is the Worldwide Computer God Secret Containment Policy. Worldwide, as a Frankenstein slave, usually at night, you go to the nearby hospital, or camouflage miniature hospital van trucks. You strip naked, lie on the operating table, which slides you into the sealed Computer God robot operating cabinet. Dun dun dun! Intravenous tubes are connected. The slimy... Oh my god!
Shall we stop here?
No. The slimy, viscous Jew doctor... That's awful. That's awful. That's awful.
I thought he was describing an IV.
Okay. It's awful. I'm so sorry, viewers. Simply push is the starting button. Based upon your Computer God brain on the moon, which records progress in your systematic butchery, your butchery is continued. Exactly. Systematically. The Computer God operating cabinet has many robot arms with electrical and laser beam knife robot arms with fly-eye TV cameras watching your whole body. Every part of you is monitored. Hold on, can I make a comment here just a second?
Go for it.
Why can't Francis E. Deck get into his brain that television sets in the 1960s didn't have cameras? They didn't have any input devices located on them at all.
Well, that's what the government wants you to think.
Okay, that's... Go. No, we're not having that. Please go. Alright, even though your Frankenstein controls... synthetic blood, synthetic instant sealing flesh and skin, even synthetic electrical heartbeat to keep you alive are some of the unbelievable Computer God instant plastic surgery secrets, trademark, You are the highest, most intelligent electrical machine in the universe. Wait, why is that a bad thing?
Oh no! I'm an intelligent.
Oh no, I'm intelligent!
Sweet Christ! What will I do?
Alright, inevitability of gradualness. Usually in a few years you are made string bean thin or grotesquely deformed. Amen.
I'm sorry.
Crippled and ugly. Amen.
Oh man, guys.
Or even made over 1 foot shorter or 1 foot taller as the computer god sees fit. Amen. Oh boy. Alright. Virtually all of the important instant plastic surgeries done to you inside the computer god sealed robot operating cabinet, even unbelievable, impossible plastic surgery operations. All impossible, even for dozens of vicious botcher doctors working around the clock for weeks.
Is that
Kosher bosher? Kosher bosher.
Bosher?
Kosher bosher? Is it? I'm not sure actually. Kosher bosher? Kosher bosher?
Well, they bosher, but they do it carefully.
It would rhyme. I'm not sure if that's a racial slur or not.
Probably.
I'm so sorry if it was.
Remember who we're dealing with here.
Probably some weird I don't know. The computer god sealed robot arm operating cabinet can perform all of the above impossible plastic surgery operations overnight, even dwarfing you over a foot or increasing your height by 2 feet. This is possible because Computer God Robot Operating Cabinet imitates your micro-miniature electrical current intelligence system in your body. It even duplicates the micro-miniature electrical currents that soften your broken bones to create mending of them and create stress. This sounds like Trauma Center for Wii. It sounds like Trauma Center,
Press
definitely.
A to activate Frankenstein controls.
It's like, did you ever see Awesome Center by Egoraptor? Like the Trauma Center parody? It was really good, and it's starting to sound like this. Anyway, you might want to check that out, viewers. Many of them create stress, either compressing your bones, thereby shortening them, or stress to create the bones grow longer. I mean, make the bones grow longer. I don't know. I'm losing it at this point.
Let's pause here.
Do we just want to pause? All right.
Pause the reading.
Let's
Continue our cast.
Right. Let's just take a minute. Let's take this in for a second.
First off, I want to note that Francis E. Deck grew up living life on the streets. As said in that rant near the beginning.
I highly doubt it. I'm not sure. Oh, you've been taking notes.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, Professor.
I'm proactive.
I mean, Governor
If you know what I
Amon.
mean.
Oh, please go. It'll be good for legislation later. No, it won't. Why would we use Francis E. Deck for legislation? We're just using this to bring in viewers because I don't know why not. We need
They
viewers,
need to know.
don't we?
The world needs to know.
Eventually,
about
I'm
Francis E.
going
Deck.
to humiliate myself in front of my entire school because of this, but I mean, who cares? Alright, Spring 1984, Mr. Deck, lifelong would-be doctor and printer. Spring 1984. Coincidence? I think not. Alright, insight to the worldwide computer god stratify close society perfected by hospital birth, making possible lifelong Frankenstein controls and lifelong hampering human defects. Containment policy hospital birth lifelong gifts include deformed, crippled, retarded, pox, hives, warves, moles, blindness, deafness, poor vision, etc., etc. Wait, moles?
Oh no.
Who would care about moles? Why is that a deformation? It's really not a big deal.
Clearly, you've
I mean,
never
it
had a mole on the bottom of your foot.
If you've got like a mole like on your face, that'll turn like they'll make you like from a 10 to a 9. But I mean, other than that, that's not really.
Did you know there's a disease or disorder where you get a gigantic mole on your back that impedes your growth?
Oh well, it could be that, but he didn't specify. So shut up.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go again. Kosher bosher. Containment policy work. Good doctors. Quote-unquote good doctors. Secret health example. Cataract, rheumatism, weak heart, damaged vision, epilepsy, fanning spells,
And moles.
paralysis, loss of memory, trembling, gout, diabetes, many diseases. This is your life on Obamacare. Remember that, ladies and gentlemen. The worldwide, unbelievable, lowest deadly gangster kosher poacher. Vicious medical profession. Worldwide, unbelievable, instant plastic surgery butchery of the body and brain, especially the face. Wipe on hormones and wipe on hormones. Wipe on hormones?
I could use some of them.
That's relevant to today. Hormones are hormone replacement therapy, whatnot. Wipe on hormone. That would be kind of cool if you could just like get like a washcloth full of hormones, just rub it all over your face, and then suddenly you're a girl.
Or covered with pimples.
Or covered with pimples. Either one. Hopefully not the latter.
I look too pretty today. Where's my wipe on hormones?
Anyway, in laser beam surgery, causing instant, ugly, deep wrinkles, scars, age spots, arthritis, freckles, blemishes, pimples, red, brown, black, or even sick white face and body, worldwide dark. I'm going to censor that. Male sex organs to brainwash inferior female brain. I'm so sorry. For overall plan, intermarry with expletive.
Oh no.
You'll have to read for yourself.
Not expletives.
Not expletives. Total graying and balding. Even hairy body and furry body, mustache, bearded women. Ew. AKA, radical feminist.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of...
Even wipe on synthetic hormones causing cancerous growth, bloating, swelling, deformed big pickle nose. Bulldog hanging cheeks and jowls. From teenage gradual wipe on yellowing, browning, and blackening of teeth, and instant grinding in acids, leaving hollow brown stumps so vocal cords are made raspy, age creating a wrinkled, ugly, gargoylate clown booze face, worldwide population by age 70, deformed, crippled, weak and damaged, new, senile, lingering for inevitability of gradualness, extermination, for your only hope for a future. Do you know one word of prayer for me? Francis E. Deck. Computer gods, computerized brain thinking, sealed robot operating, arm surgery cabinet, machine removal of most frontal lobe of the brain. Oh, I gotta stop for a second.
Okay. Brain bank on the moon. How would that work?
How is this relevant to anything? How is this relevant?
In the 60s did he break this?
I think sometime like maybe 1973. I'm not sure. Let me scroll up to
the 60s.
I'm not sure. Let's scroll up to the top. A rant by Francis E. Deck Esquire. Original audio recording by Boyd Doc Britton, 1986. Digitally remastered by Zero in 2011. So I think I kind of doubt it was 1986, but that was just the recording date.
I'm going to say he had a whole lot of faith in America, considering he believed we had a brain bank on the moon in the mid-70s. Everyone knows that didn't happen until the mid-90s.
Oh. Did we mention that was also the time where they started breeding deadly touch tarantula spiders?
On the moon?
On the moon.
To give them jumping powers.
Out of brains. They literally take your brains and they just like grow deadly touch tarantula spiders inside of the brains. And the point is, you're all brain dead and Obamacare's evil. The end. Right, let's continue with the rant. Gradually during lifetime and overnight in all sane asylums after computer god kosher posher. There it is again. 1 month probation period, creating helpless, hopeless, computer god Frankenstein earphone radio parroting puppet, brainless slaves resulting in millions of hopeless, helpless, homeless... hopeless, helpless, homeless derelicts in all Jerusalem. Oh, wow. Oh my god. That's awful. Jerusalem. Jerusalem?
Oh, the USA and Jerusalem. What
yeah,
did I tell you?
Okay.
Nothing
In all
brings out the puns in a man like
Jerusalem
anti-Semitism.
cities and Soviet slave work camps. That's oh my god. Ugh. Not only the hangman rope, deadly gangster parody puppet scum on top. No, this top medical secret. Even worse, deadly gangster. From deaf Ronnie Reagan to USSR Gorbachev. No, this oy vey computer god containment policy top secret. Why did he add oy vey?
He was tired of talking for so
Why did
long.
he add oy
He
vey?
had to
Like,
take a break.
did he just want to, like, just go out and say, oh, the oy veys, Jewish people. That's the point.
Hey, did I mention the Jews yet?
That's pretty much all kooktards in a nutshell. They're just constantly screaming, the Jews! That's all they do.
He probably has a mug that says Oy vey on it.
Well, no, actually, he doesn't, you know, because he's dead.
He probably had a mug.
Did I mention that he died? I'm not exactly sure how he died, but he did die. Eventual brain lobotomization of the entire world population for the worldwide deadly gangster communist computer god overall plan, an ideal worldwide population of light-skinned, low, hopeless, and helpless Jew mulattoes, the communist black wave of the future. I'm really not sure what to say about this.
Why, it's the Jew mulatto communist black wave of the future.
Black wave. That should be like
It's band name.
that should be our metal band, Black Wave. Black Wave. It's the best. So anyway, I think that pretty much
Hold up.
speaks for itself right
Are
there.
we gonna have combined concerts with White Flight?
Oh, please go. No.
We work together.
No. No. Let me look up his death real quick. His death is somewhere here.
All his Wikipedia says is that he's somewhere in this building.
Alright, let's see. So Mr. Deck died on January 21st, 1996. No burial records. He may have... I don't think he was buried in a private cemetery. So, in that case, maybe he was, killed by deadly touch tab and needles, sneak undetectable exterminations, electric shock flashlights, and bloody murder accidents.
And just like that, a light of hope was gone from the world.
Goodbye, Francis E. Deck. Rip and pepperoni. You will forever be missed. So anyway, that's Francis E. Deck. Go to bentoandstarchski.com /deck. Swedish cartoonist who has made the Francis E. Deck fan club. Yeah, he's done some very thorough research on this individual. So I would recommend checking that out. We've got about 7 minutes left in the podcast, so we can pretty much talk about legislation, possible legislation of our country, yeah. Or we could maybe we could just improvise something, I don't know.
Let's talk about legislation.
Right, legislation.
What's our opinion on immigration?
Immigration? Why are we starting with immigration? We literally have no laws. We have to
So?
have a
You
foundation.
gotta start somewhere.
Immigration? Really? I don't care. We don't even have land, Ammon.
Look.
We don't have land. Land is expensive.
Hey, considering our legislation,
The U.S. will be pissed at me.
a whole bunch of people are gonna want to immigrate. Do we have an income tax?
No,
No.
we don't. But we need one.
Shh.
Well, okay.
Driving away jobs.
Fine. Okay. Whatever. Anyway. So I think the basis originally should be inalienable human rights that cannot be taken away.
Okay.
Um,
Not even by aliens.
right. Not even by aliens. Like, we can't let those aliens take our jobs. No. Vote for Patrick for lieutenant governor today. I won't let any of those aliens take your jobs. No xenomorphs, no greys. We won't have any covenant. You won't see the locust. You won't see any reapers come in here and just like your jobs away. I will protect your
This
jobs.
is why we need immigration laws.
Yeah, I will protect your jobs from the high profits of the covenant. So anyway, Dante's sitting around laughing over here. He refuses to
Yeah,
talk.
did we mention he's
He's
still in
laughing.
the room?
He's still in the room, but he refuses to participate. Oh, you're such a little baby child. Say something! Don't just move your lips, say something. Anyway,
You can't. Yeah, you gotta let him. Say
okay, so I believe that the first amendment of our national constitution should be the right to smoke weed every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Wow.
That shouldn't be a law, that should be a requirement.
A responsibility to smoke weed every day.
A responsibility. It's the responsible thing to do, ladies and gentlemen.
We've got all this weed. What are we gonna do with it?
You owe it to Snoop Dogg. You owe it to him.
Yeah, he's still called Snoop Dogg in our country.
He's still called Snoop Dogg in our country because Snoop Line's freaking stupid. So, anyway, 5 minutes, let me think. Alright, so,
Should there be a day when people don't have to smoke weed?
Let's
like
just-
a reverse Mardi Gras?
we will have a Sabbath day,
Mm-hmm.
and that will be Monday, since that's the boringest day.
Alright.
Everyone
has to go around in suits and dour expressions.
Next, we have the freedoms of speech. You can say whatever you want, but if somebody punches you in the face for it, it's not my fault. The press can say whatever they want, and by that fact, they can't accept help from lobbyists. But that's okay, because we don't have press,
Or lobbyists.
or lobbyists, or major corporations to fund lobbyists,
Or elections.
really anything.
Join us, please.
Please, we need people.
Maybe if we lower the income tax some more.
So let's see. The right to bear arms is an important thing. You should be able to own weapons in the sovereign republic.
Insert joke about arming bears.
Please go. So let's say you should have a limit, because if you have 40 guns in your household, unless you're like a gunsmith or something,
Or an octopus.
or an octopus, you really don't need that many guns. I mean, 5 guns, that's pretty much it for hunting and self-defense purposes. It's not that hard, guys.
And it
Come
still
on.
works, even if you're
And
badly injured.
Open carrying, I support like concealed carrying, and open carrying if you're like security related, or like
Police.
if you get like a special permit for it, I don't know. But like open carrying pistols, that's okay. But like open carrying rifles, let's be honest here, conservative families. If you walk into Arby's like with M16s and Spaz 12s and hunting shotguns and Remingtons and like Mosin agents strapped to your back, you've got like little sawed off dangling from your side. If you just walk into Arby's like that and ordered, look, here's the point. If you do that, like walk into a restaurant like something like that, you're a dick. Let's just be honest here. I
And
mean,
if you have
come
that
on.
many guns, you
Everybody's
probably need
gonna
one of
think you're going to run into the place and kill everybody. That's what people automatically assume. It's what every school shooter does. It's what every maniac going in and killing people does. It's that. Yeah.
Plus, you're going to have to use one of your 40 children, since you don't believe in contraception, to carry those guns for you.
Get wrecked. Right. So hopefully we can edit some montage parody stuff in there.
Sure.
So anyway, we're running out of time, but our last
Oh.
amendment should
Our
be.
jails here in the Sovereign Republic of Pat are just filled with criminals. What should we do about it?
We don't have any criminals. We'll have a timeout corner.
If we...
We will have a timeout corner guarded by people with guns and also puppies. We, unfortunately, our military force is currently very low. We have a military arsenal consisting of 2 BB rifles, 1 shuriken, 2 big walking sticks, 1 tactical blowpipe, infinite amounts of sarcasm and jest, plenty of wits, 2 knives, 10 bottle rockets, 2 firecrackers, and 1 Molotov cocktail.
And Noah's biceps.
And Noah's biceps, and Andy's pretty much muscular anything.
Oh,
Yeah, Andy's muscular anything. That's pretty good.
it sounds like a restaurant.
He will be in charge of law enforcement. We're down to the last minute, so I think we're gonna cut it here. Everybody, I'm
Good
Supremo Generalissimo Patrick. This is my colleague Governor Eamon, and this is. Say it.
Say it.
Say it. Say it.
Say it.
Say it, Governor Dante.
Should we tickle him?
No, let me tickle him. Let me tickle him. Fine. Okay, that's the end of the podcast. Good night, everybody. I love you all. Please subscribe, like our page on Facebook, all that stuff. I am out.